Welcome, everyone. Here we go. We're going to jump into a traditional draft of Kaldheim today. I had been shying away from best of three in like a couple weeks ago because I was finding that my clock was too tight. I know the set much better now, and even if I'm in a position where there's risk for me to be playing best of three for clock reasons, I still need I really want to sideboard, and I need to practice it then. Like I'll practice on playing my early turns faster, especially building up some hourglasses. That would help. But it doesn't matter with the hourglasses don't help with the match clock, which is where I can get into trouble best of three. But I'm going to do my level best to play at a pace that allows us to finish in a safe amount of time. And before I get going, though, I'm going to ask you to check out my sponsor, CardKingdom.com. They are purveyors of everything you need for your tabletop Magic game. They've got all sorts of Kaldheim for you. There's all these sweet, new, cool Kaldheim. You know, all the alt art stuff is flooding with every set now, and it is pretty sweet. Sometimes I'm like, there's so much atypical frame is becoming more typical, such that it's less special as a whole. But on an individual level, when I pick up one of those individually cool Magic cards, it's really they're really doing some excellent knock it out of the park type art direction and design at Wizards on the special versions of cards. And you know where I'm coming to that. If you're looking for any of those, Card Kingdom has a huge inventory of that stuff as well. They're buying it all the time, selling it all the time. They're always trying to keep their inventory high so that you can get what you need from them when you check them out. Jinx didn't like the KHD ones. They're very specific, right? They're throwing back to something human culture related, but I hear you. But for any of those who you'll like them, I know where you can get them, right? Anyway, let's get on with this here. Thank you, Card Kingdom. Remember to use my affiliate link, of course. If you use the affiliate link, they know you got there from here. Is Demonic Tutor in the set? Like, is Demonic Tutor going to be in Standard, or is it just a special Strixhaven styled reprint, like promo? Okay. I felt like Demonic Tutor would be too powerful in Standard, even though 3, they put it's close, right? I mean, like 1 black lose 3 life is not good enough for Standard, right? But maybe 1 black 1 colorless is. In the packs and draftable, but not. Oh God, I don't like that. Let me tell you. I guess maybe that's a place where I'm cranky old man, and I need to lighten up a little bit. Because I suppose that if you are the type of person who even knows what a Magic format is, like if you're even aware that Magic has formats, we can probably put it on you to figure out what's legal and not legal in your format. And if you don't know what a Magic format is, then you're playing casual vintage, right? You're just kitchen table Magic, and you don't care at all. So maybe it doesn't matter, but what I'm getting at is that I think it's not great designed to say, we have this thing called Standard, and it's in these boosters, except unless, right, like putting exceptions to what Standard is, I think is a dangerous thing to be doing. Trickery, you can't trick me. Fenner, is it Friday? Why does Fenner want me to take trickery? I challenge you to behold the multiverse. Ruined Crown is interesting as a build around. I just don't think it's fast enough, but I like trying it. But there's nothing like Bound in Gold is reasonable, but it's nowhere close to Behold. I think the second place card in the pack is actually Vengeful Reaper or Glittering Frost. But I'm taking Behold. That's a great point, Queen Natalia. They created set boosters specifically Yeah, interesting stuff. Cardor, more frosty. Pretender is an interesting build around. Could be ahead of dumping out some giants pretty good. Struggle. Oh yeah, Struggle is solid removal. Frost could head us towards snow. I feel like I'm coming down on Struggle a bit. It's good, but there have been times where I'm just like, So like, I think if I'm taking a green card, I would rather make a push, especially having started blue, which is very snowy. I like taking a snow color, but I also like taking the Pretender. There's a lot of different tribes that show up, and it could pivot us to a lot of different tribal directions. Squash also a consideration. Yeah, I didn't really notice the squash, to be honest, Media. I'm going to stay on the frost and see where it goes, but I do like calling out the frost there. I kind of missed it. Furia, incredible payoff for this deck. It's side right next to something that goes well on that deck here. No Snowland is worth observing. Yep. So what do we like instead? We could take this and throw away both of these picks. If we end up here, it'll be worth it, right? Because I mean, what are we taking if not? The opportunity cost on hedging towards the most powerful card in the pack is Kinseekers. So I think Furia over the land. That's true. If we end up heavy frosty, we can play everything. Goldvine pick. Raptor for heading towards this. Frosty number 2, also a way to go with it. Stronghold also interesting for sure, but I don't think it's the pick here. These lands are all pretty good if you're in the colors, though. Yeah, sure. Let's take the Frost and go everywhere. Maze likes the low-down Raptor pick. We'll see what things look like later. I think we can pick up another Rune Crown, but Arcanist here early on. We can grab it and see about finding another Behold. You know, Arcanist was good for us yesterday. East wants the crown. Interesting. A couple people on the crown. I don't know if the rune wheels. Yeah, I'm not even caring about snow. I'm caring about 5-color good stuff. Man, a lot of people on crown. I'm not on crown. I'm going to defy chat and take the Arcanist. I love an early Arcanist. We can make this work. Sculptor of Winter. Yeah, where snowlands are getting cut. I'm not expecting necessarily to be snow, but if we pick up the Glittering Frosts, we don't need a ton of snowlands. I'm also off the notion that snow has to be 17 snowlands deep. You know, it just doesn't. Although plain's not really what we're looking for. Herald is interesting. Given we're trying to cast everything, I think that makes sense. We're going to end up with some... Here's an elf already. Probably end up with some changelings in blue and black, or blue and green. And what's the alternative? Mentor? But if we're going to take an elf-based card, let's go ahead and take the king. Last fresh pack, and there's really nothing in it. There's a helm. If we were a little more, like if we were aggro red, I'd be all over the helm. Wings. Yeah, we're best of 3. Good to have some broken wings. That's fair. I like best of 3 wings for sure. Take that broken wings. Jarl or gifts. Or Craven Hulk, backdoor into some giants. I don't know. Harbinger, you think? I guess we're hoping to get some things to foretell. Right now, we're not doing much with this card, but maybe we wheel something. Oh, it is main deckable for sure. I would rather sideboard it if possible. But yeah, I'm on Jarl, actually. I don't think we're doing this enough yet. And the black is proving open enough to, I think, be worth taking there. More red that we're just really not doing. I mean, we can be 5 color, of course, with Frost. Carter pick 9 is hard to ignore, right? But I don't I don't know how we get into red-black from here. Yeah, we can take the mountain. This is how you end up in red-black, though. I mean, this is a fine card. Yeah, or we just might end up in a place where, like, let's say we aren't playing heavy red, or like not playing red at all, but we end up with some snow, and we end up with the world tree, you know, the tree enchantment. Like, then I'd play a snow-covered mountain just to fill out finding all of our colors for that. I think it's better than that, Jim. The forced attack is quite real. I've gotten people with it, and if you are set up right, I mean, it requires some setup, but it can be pretty powerful. But it doesn't just happen every time, you're right. Second wings. Yeah, second wings is fine. When they're good, they're great. This is super interesting. I mean, geez. There's also village rights and raise, though, which are also kind of what we're doing. I think we take the raise, especially with if we end up playing stuff like Furia. Getting back bomby creatures is nice. This unlikely to play any of this. I'll take Vault Progress. The double red on that land makes it not realistic, and now I just want to go back and be red-white. I mean, come on, like, these 2 cards still being here just says that red aggro was yours for the taking in this one. We're not going to be snowy enough for Icebreaker Kraken. That does want the 13 snowland type sitch, although, you know, Sculptor of Winter and Glittering Frost sure can help you power that out, but we can't start there. So this is just kind of garbage, really. We could take like Mirror Lake seems like the best pick here, or Snow Forest, but Lake is powerful enough to take here, because we're also looking to be core green with this package. You think Mirror Lake wheels? I don't think so. But Forest is fair. Look, we got a Sculptor. It's our core color. All right, fine. I wanted the cool spell, but this is probably correct. And Morite, though, is something we could take over the Snow Forest. Mistwalker, obviously appealing. Ascendant Spirit, This is... I don't want to do this unless I'm hitting 4 snow. Are we really hitting 4 snow? I mean, yeah, if we get Sculptor and Glittering Frost, then we do. But it's still... Yeah, I'm still feeling like... I'm going to take this as the more reliable one. I'm not expecting it to wheel, no, but I think I like taking that there. Yeah, maybe I should have. I don't know. Snow Duel here seems reasonable. We could help us play Furia. Bergie, though, is appealing, so is Blizzard Brawl. I love you all talking like, it's easy, Ryan. You just draw your Sculptor of Winter, it lives, you draw a Glittering Frost, and you draw the rare, and they don't kill the rare. Boom! It's money. Why wouldn't you do that, Ryan? Well, because it's not that reliable. This could make it more reliable. But Finn also interesting. Another rune crown. Someone's going to be crowned king. Yeah, I've come way up on Finn. I was a little too... I needed to do a vanilla test, or a French vanilla test on this. I was getting a little caught up in the poison stuff, but it's like, that doesn't matter. A 1/3 death touch for 2 is fine. We're good right there. So now we got struggle or snow duel, or snow island. I think we need snow island. I still, you'd take the struggle, Fenor? I was still on snow island even with the struggle. Our snow payoffs aren't huge yet, I don't think. But yeah, okay, I'll take removal. We don't have much interaction yet. It's probably worth it to take it for that. This is not the snow duel for us, right? I think I'd rather have the disdainful stroke. Look at the red-white aggro deck that we don't have. Ugh. One time, universe, just, I know it's not a really worthy purpose, but, you know, rewind time a half hour and just let me draft this pool red-white aggro. Yeah, we want to splash white, but we don't want to splash red is the problem. If this was white and then one of our other colors, great, but this is not wonderful. There's nothing else, though, except a disdainful stroke, so I'll take it, but I'm not happy about this. Bergstrider makes me happier. This is interesting, too, on the splash, but I want Bergie. Snow Island for us here, we can take. I passed a island for a struggle before, but now I think we can take it over any of this other stuff. Sentinel, are we a Sentinel deck? I don't have the tools here yet. It is an elf, which is, but I don't see us sentineling for much value here. Yeah, Run Ashores feels like it might do more here. Or we could take Arachniform given the best of 3, but I don't even like bringing this in against flyers. I might play Sentinel, I might play that. Yeah, we could have taken the rare and moved towards it, Fenor. But I would say it was the fact that the second choice was this. Like, it's not like we didn't... Yes, we didn't take that rare that we could have played and would have been happy with now. But it's not like we're not playing anything instead of that rare. We're playing Morite of the Frost instead of that rare. So, you know, like, I'm okay with that. I was okay with that decision. Raven or Seeker? Seeker might be more valuable for this kind of deck, but I really do like the Raven. I'm going to take the Raven. Rune Crown comes back. I'm going to actually put it in the board for now. I don't think this is a Rune Crown deck as it sits. We'll see. Like, Seeker, we're pretty focused in blue-green here. Actually, Invoke... Well, we're never playing Invoke over the 2... We've got 2 Broken Wings, so Invoke is whatever. You think there would be a spot where we want 3 pieces? Maybe. Sculptor number 2, where if we get another Glittering Frost, we can really just do it all. Rune makes the crown a little more interesting. Bind is an interesting call, too. The other rune didn't wheel, and we've passed 2 runed crowns. There's no way we're wheeling a Rune of Might in a draft where we have passed 2 runed crowns. Pathway Duel not good enough. I gotta put it on. I'm gonna go Sculptor, I guess. I don't really care about... I just don't... Like, when I play the rune thing, it sometimes it works, but it fails so much that I don't care about the Rune Crown thing. Herald number 2 is interesting, but I just like Burgi over Frostbite. I think the pick order is like Burgi, Frostbite, Herald. We did get the Alpine Meadow. But blue-green is great. It keeps us nice and focused. Sulphurous Mire helps with a couple, but we can just take Replicating Ring, which helps with it all. Well, I think we're close to Frostbite being 3 damage, and when Frostbite is 3 damage, it's quite good. Yeah, we can just keep taking Burgies too. That's fair. Glittering Frost on 3 into Burgi on 4 is nice. Yeah, let's keep taking. You think Radiantware likes the ring? I'm gonna go Burgi Tribal. Ring and then another Furia if we wanted to try and do this. But I think, yeah, I almost want to just take the worm and really just be blue-green, power out good stuff. I'm on that plan. I like it. Probably not playing this. Basalt Ravager could be splashed. Potentially. Growth for a trick. Skull Raid if we want to think we're still playing some black in here, maybe. Let's take Ravager on this, the fact that there's not much else here. I don't know if we play it yet, but I didn't see much going on there that I cared about. Arcanist, do we get, what do we get? What do we get? Oh man, we didn't end up with doubles. Interesting stuff. Squash, Struggle, saw it coming. A thing we don't have doubles for, or we could take the thing that gives us double. Like, taking Struggle gives us a double for the first Frostpire. So I'm going to do that. Mists is quasi-removal, but we got a couple struggles now. Are we ever gonna are we running this? This is looking at lands, right? Lands. I don't think we're doing that. Harbinger is a 2, seems sensible. We're pretty low on 2s. Let's take the Harbinger. Might even need something like a Sentinel to help shore that up. Longboat. Now. I'll take it and throw it in the board right now. We're not. I don't think we're going to be base black. I might try to cut all the black even. Like, I'm trying to figure out how to get smaller. Like, the Mirror Lake did wheel. There's a bind, too, that I would play. But we're going to take the lake. More wings. But we can just take a Thought Thief and have a... Or just a Squash. I think we can... Are we going to splash red? I guess we don't need to. I don't think we would splash red for just a squash, right? Oh, I took it, sorry. A little slow on the uptake there. Ring comes around. Well, maybe with ring we do. All right, with the Ravager, I think we take a ring and... Wow, okay. What do we do? I don't know. Well, I still just want to be red-white aggro with this seat. Yeah, let's take Skull Raid. All of those were pretty decent, but Skull Raid, this is pretty decent for... Frost better than Ring. It does turn lands into snow for what that's worth. No, Priest does not work with rings. Yeah, I think with yes, with the Sculptor of Winter, frosts are better for us than ring. But look at this, we have one cut according to current estimates. So there's that. Maybe we're gonna put these in though, right? We're gonna bring in the red. And yeah, Jarl's got to go. We don't want to run 18 lands in double Sculptor, double Glittering. We might want to run 16. And this is a lot of mana production we've got here. And yeah, I mean, with this level of fixing, we could even add Furia back. Super weird AF. Well, you can see here's what we're working with. We knew we were getting into contested snow because the lands were missing, but we kept getting tools to do it anyway. And then the replicating rings were going really late, and so it was kind of weird. And then clearly red-white aggro was just stone wide open. If I could go back and do the draft again, I would just take the red-white aggro deck that was being hand-delivered to whatever seat wanted it. And yeah, we could totally play Furia, but also I think you're probably right that we don't need to force that. This will be better as basically a 3-color deck that doesn't try to double black. We can Skull Raid, maybe even Raid. Like, let's see, do we want any of this black? Because we could cut all the black, but then we're short playables. I could main a Broken Wings. Could main a Mists. But I kind of feel like either we play Furia and this, or we cut all the black. I don't like Run Amok in this deck. Yeah, Raid, if we have to, we could play a Raid, because, I mean, you can foretell it. We could play no swamps and play a Raid and be fine. So, like, we could do this, but also, we could just cut this and be done. But what does this look like anyway? 13-10. But we can't be done. I think this is too much mana. 17 lands, 2 rings, 2 frosts, and 2 sculptors is way too much mana. We don't love Arcanist, but we also, if you note, we just don't have a ton of playables. So I kind of like including the Skull Raid on the theory on why it's reasonably playable, and kind of looking at this Mists and thinking that could be a player here. But maybe we bring that in out of the board against aggro, and then cut. I think we cut 2 swamps. And actually, it's jumpstart lands are the thing of the day here, right? All right, thematic jumpstart for Snowy Rampy. Oh yeah, we can cut other stuff like, yeah, we definitely don't want that. Floodplain is half. Well, yeah, you could make an argument we do. Like it's effectively, instead of this, we'd rather have a snow-covered mountain, but we still probably want the dual, right? Hold on. I'm gonna keep it in for now. And this looks, oh, we're not playing any white duels. We need, or white lands. We need islands. That looks kind of snowy. We'll go there. And then no swamps here. We really don't want mountains either that are basic. We just want forests, tree folk, dinos, big plants. I guess we got some big beasts. Let's use the dino land. Yeah, I guess we play all these rings. We really could Furia here. That's interesting. Let me get to 16. Well, tell you what, I need a bio break anyway. I'm going to cut things like Run Ashore. With all these rings and frosts and sculptors, we really could get away with playing this. So let's think about that. I'm going to go use the bathroom and finalize this deck and get going. You figure out what our... Really, I want to know whether we're working, especially given we are pretty low on playables, which does make me a little more inclined to try to do it. Yeah, well, that's the thing, Jim. Jim says it's flood waiting to happen. That's why I want to trim lands, maybe even trim a ring, figure out a way to get Furia in, and make sure that we have some action, because Furia is a great way to help with that problem. Yeah, but of course the black is the problem, but the solution, we have the solution. It's Glittering Frost and Sculptors. It's just, is that reliable enough? It's the same, like the lack of reliability of those is exactly why I was down on taking the snow rare and instead took the snow uncommon, right? So same reasons make me nervous about running this, but now that we're at the end of the draft, we have all the information. So yeah, but the Frost makes one black, but Sculptor, Ring, there's just so many things that help create anything that basically you get your first one pretty easily, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sources to the second, right? So really, you can kind of think of Furia's black as being a 5 source double splash. So that's fair as well, Eagle. So anyway, I'm going to start a poll and be right back. And the question is, Furia or no? All right, chat wants to be a little more disciplined than trying to shoehorn double black in here. I'm down with that. Let me start then. How does this look on spell count? This is an 8-lander. I want to go... Oh, actually, we already have the basics in there. I just need to tick them up. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's just a straight ticket split. Let's see what that does. 5, 6, 7, 8 blue, 5, 6 green. So that's wrong right off the bat. We're going to at least go 7, 7, or maybe even have to go up farther on green because of the how reliant we are on it for pulling off everything else. And Harbinger would be nice. Actually, we can cut Harbinger maybe, and then we don't even have blue that we need early, and we can really focus on the green to set up everything else. We're also not, I mean, Harbinger's got a couple of, I guess we have a pretty reasonable number of things it could foretell, but still. Fenrir says pretty good. Maybe I should put it back. Yeah, but I could also do a Sentinel, you know, which could potentially help with all the other colors. I just am nervous about this on 2. I don't think this is gonna be impactful later, and it might be all right. That's just creature count. Uh-oh. Now you've done it, Jim. Okay. Whew. We might need 2 rings just because of our lack of action at 3 and our heavy action at 5. The fact that we ramp really well from 3 to 5 makes me want to play all this. Fenrir says we don't want 2 rings. Scotty questions it, but that's my logic. Again, I'd almost rather go to 15 lands and play all of this. But the thing is, we need to hit our land drops as well as cast this stuff. So I like 16 plus all of it. And yeah, we risk flooding a little bit. I mean, we do have Lindworm, we have Run Ashore, we have the land that makes good use of flood. We have Behold to help us draw some cards, but I acknowledge that we don't quite have the tools to manage flood as much as I'd like. And tap lands, definitely playing this one. These two are questionable. But you just mean the snowlands, right? Because these are basically ETB tapped basics. Well, we haven't done anything yet, but one does need to play 40 cards, Orc. You know? So, lol, magic rules. We're probably going to have to play some black to get our counts, but I want to get to... So this is at the very least, this is 17 land. I'm going to go to... Yeah, we got to cut that, right? That one's got to go, and then we can put an island. Then we have that. Right? 3, 4, 5, 6 raw blue, plus all the green and the replicating rings. $12 creatures, but the land is a 13th of sorts. We have 1 Broken Wings in already, so this is 1 card short, and that's assuming we do play the Skull Raid. So this is where, you know, we can laugh about including black cards, but we got to include something. I don't want to put more land in, so... If Skull Raid is out, like, what are we finishing this deck with? So here's taking the black out, right? And now we can say, how do you want to finish this deck? Adding black or, you know, playing Run Amok, Sentinel. I mean, we can play 2 Broken Wings. You know, I guess I can put these back in. But with all of this fixing, the reason the Skull Raid is the appealing black card is that we can actually, quote, cast this on 2. We can half cast this on 2, and if it doesn't get cast until late and it acts like you Behold the universe, the multiverse instead, that's actually good because we're gonna have a lot of mana. So talking that through, I actually do like bringing that in. And then final piece could be a second Broken Wings. Although 2 Broken Wings in hand and no targets is brutal. You just want to throw in the Harbinger? Yeah, we can do that and call it reasonable. Sometimes this is going to come out on 2. We've got a lot of blue. We're often going to have blue by 2. Yeah, that's fine. And we did add Skull Raid, which can be foretold by it. So I'm with you. Let's do that. It gives us another body. Does help us, you know, if we help us avoid getting run over by aggro. Harbinger loves laughing at 2/1s, right? Yeah, Jarl and Skull Raid have that similar thing going. It's just that if we're late game, I love the idea that Skull Raid might be card draw for us. And also, no opponent is likely to be sandbagging lands because they're worried about our Skull Raid. It'll kind of get them because we're not playing any swamps. This is going to be cast purely off of Glittering Frosts and Replicating Rings. So that, well, and that, you know, is that the problem? Like, let's try that and then see if we get stuck where we can't do this, we may need to just suck it up and play something really medium like Mists just to keep in our 3-color window. So that's, you know, that's what I'm thinking about. I think my last question mark is, should I just play the Mists and ditch this, ditch the Skull Raid? You want Floodplain for an island as well? Well, let's see. What does that give us? How much snow do we have and how much do we need? Really, we just need Birgies, and Birgie only needs 1. And we're pretty solid to hit our 1 for Birgie, right? So yeah, I'm with you. Let's do that. Double Sculptor, that's a fair reason. Like, just untapping anything is good, but of course, in order to play the land that we can start untapping, it has to enter tapped, so... This doesn't need snow, though, right? I mean, it happens to be snow, but it's not. It doesn't need snow. So let's try this. I want to get playing, and let's call it "Take My Stride." Any other? Yeah, Mama wants Lotus Sleeves. You got it, Mama. I'll make him default. No, I don't want to do that. I don't know. I just had a thought. I was just thinking about it. I don't know what you think is mean about that. I was just considering options. Jeez, the guy considers his options and people call him mean. Yeah, or, well, I don't know. Like, Furia is kind of bomby, and we decided not to play her, so, like, maybe it can't just play literally any bomb in the set, but certainly we could have gotten paid off with something in our core teamer colors here that would have... yeah, that's true. If she was super bomby, we would, right? What's the equivalent? Give me a black, a gold rare that has 2 splash colors that we would totally play, like the... I don't know. Yellow, that's double white, which we were more set up for. It was the double black. Kaya would have been easy. Just find me a double black that we would play. Double black. We're keeping this. Yeah, Burning Rune Demon is an interesting one. JTH, would we play that? Probably, because it's a 6-drop. It's really good late. Like if Furia is not a but that's single black. Furia is not a great top deck late if you're empty-handed. Blood on the Snow is a good answer. We would play that, I think. Yeah, because that's a good both of those are good answers as late game. They're both very good late game draws, whereas Furia isn't quite that. Harbinger here is going to let us 2-spell with a... Well, I was just going to go Behold, like Foretell, but with Sculptor we can Sculpt and Foretell. And I like foretelling the Raven. Behold is what we want to do when we're out of board developing action, not what we want to do in the middle of our board development. So... sometimes you have to. You're missing a land or missing action, and that's where it serves that role. But when you have stuff to do, you want to wait and cast this at the end. Frosty here sets up... I mean, we can like run ashore this turn, right? Maybe. Or maybe not this turn. Let's see. If we go... Well, run ashore it works with this. So we go 3, put 1 on the land, and we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close. We have we're almost Cardboard Live isn't open. Sorry, thanks for the reminder. I'll fire that up. So given the lack of ability to just fire off the run ashore this turn, I'm gonna Frost and Raven and Foretell Behold. And that does let us keep up defense. Now, if they equip and attack, I am blocking with the Raven. We just want to make it long here. Although, now that I'm saying that, we have Run Ashore in hand, so let's think that through. Like, I really don't want them to connect, but if they spend the turn equipping and actually activating the boast, It probably doesn't help them that much. Actually, especially with the lack of equip, I'm going to let this happen. If they had equipped, it would have been a tough choice because we really don't want to give them treasure and the boast. But here, if they boast, like our worst case is they find a land and play a 3-drop. And that's not a terrible worst case. And then we do have run ashore next turn. So let's let them have this. So they did getting the maximum upside there of a free land and then presumably a 3-drop. So it was exactly the worst case scenario as expressed, and as we see, though, actually not that bad. In fact, now with the draw of the struggle, I think currently they cannot save the troll, but the troll gets real troublesome real quick if they do find a snowland, whereas the Firewalker is imminently blockable. So I'm going to struggle Raven on troll and get rid of the troll. Also, it gets rid of a blocker we can attack if we want, although I want to continue to threaten that, I think. Could also behold. Maybe I should have beheld first, but I'm going to do that now before choosing attacks. Bergie seems great. Beef seems great. We're just going to draw both of that. And this makes me say, great. Like, whatever. Do your worst. Pick up, attack with a Firewalker, get some treasure, activate your boast, and find something to cast. Do it all. I still think we're in great shape with the Bergie. So bring it, Oppo. Let's race. But if leaving the Sculptor back forces them to equip in order to have a play, that's not the worst either, although it only costs 1 to equip, so I like this play. Yeah, we have the tempo set up, right? Between Bergie and the Run Ashores. This deck looks like it's gonna, we didn't really talk about the plan for this deck because it's just kind of like a pile of ramp and good stuff, but really the plan is to get our fixing out, get a little ahead on mana curve-wise so that we can dump things like Outrider faster and then close out with tempo cards. We have 3 Bergstriders and a Run Ashore. That's a lot of tempo. Scary Dragon, but it's about to get tapped down. And then it's about to get Run Ashore after that. Let's start thinking about sideboarding too. This is best of 3. We've got basically red-green with maybe a black splash, but primarily just red-green tempo aggro here. Boy, did I say we have 3 Bergstriders? I meant we have 4 Bergstriders.
All right, everyone, chill.
5 Bergstriders with Mirror Lake. 5 Bergstriders. Any other Bergstriders I'm forgetting? Oh, the 6th that I get when I bring one back to my hand or recast, recast it for bounce. Yeah, they can't even do that, and now we get Run Ashore win. I don't care which. Both of these. Normally I would look closely, but this should just be win, so I didn't really look closely. We've got 1 Broken Wings in. Do we like it? We've seen the Gold Vein pick. Nothing else. Is that enough to keep it in? Gold Spawn Dragon's enough to keep it in. Heck, this might be enough to bring in another one itself. I think right now we're on 1 between the Gold Vein and the Flyer, Big Flyer. Is this You know, we try Skull Raid versus Mists. Is Mists enough in this deck? I did not see the draft, Fat, but Luis talked about 5 Bergstrider deck on limited resources recently and called out the fact that these are 5 drops that specifically chain well together, right? That not, you can't just load your deck with any 5 copies of a 5 drop that's just, quote, good, right? This happens to be good in sequence in multiples. So that's what he was getting at there. I don't see any changes I want to make. I didn't see enough to bother with a second Broken Wings, and I'm not going to swap out the black. Yeah, the wings stay in. The question is whether it's even worth a second, and the answer is no there. But the pick and the dragon are enough to keep it in. All right, nice keep. Audio's not sounding right. Hey, cool. Snowland is what we needed for the future Bergie. Just gonna Finn here. Plan is Finn into Ring, into Bergie, and then we'll worry about our removal and card draw. I'm going to leave Finn back, and I will block the Firewalker with it if asked. Especially with Bergie around the corner. Yeah, this is what Jinx was saying. He didn't like this style too much. But they are being true to Norse history, I think, here in that way, right? That's my assumption, not that I'm some Norse history expert. You there, sit down.
All right, everyone, chill.
Next turn with 6 mana, we can Harbinger and Struggle or Behold hardcast or foretell them both. We'll see what we want to do. Maybe we struggle that. It's not bigger than this right now, but it could get there. It has the bigger butt, but it's never going to get above 4 on toughness. Well, Morite, we can also just copy Bergstrider and pin down the Spirit and keep cracking in and show exactly what we're talking about in terms of curving out with Bergstriders. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Ain't nothing gonna slow me down. No, I got to keep on moving. I pinned this because it could actually block a Bergstrider and trade, but that's annoying. We need a third Bergstrider. So now they've got 4/3 indestructible. If we attack with a 6/6, they double block, and we're trading a 6/6 for a recluse. We could struggle the recluse with this strider, and then this has attacks in, and then this will have attacks at least in to force a double block next turn, because there's not 4 snow yet. So I'm liking struggle the recluse with the 4/4 and get in with a 6/6. Yeah, we could also behold. The 6/6 bounces. Yeah, that's true. We don't really get in with the 6/6. But it's still, it sets up being able to the turn after. But maybe it's true that we should just set up a bunch of behold, like just do all the, we'll just do this then. I like Harbinger, Foretell, and we'll sort things out after a draw. Or we can even, let's see, if we Foretell, can't foretell the struggle and cast the behold at upkeep, but this does make it less expensive, so I'm going to go ahead and do that too. Although we waste a mana here, so it doesn't really matter, but we're just basically taking a turn off here to see what we can set up next turn. As soon as I sing that nothing's going to break my stride, an Ice-Hide Troll totally broke my stride. Dang it. I wonder if there's, like, what can we do about this out of the board? Do we have any minus effects? That's more in black. We can pin it down, but of course it sits there doing its thing for everything else. Yeah, kind of once it's out, it's out. I mean, we can bounce it, run ashore at instant speed. Mists certainly stops it from dealing damage, but it doesn't stop it from... I think of this as more as an enchantment you can't get rid of that gives all of your creatures curiosity. The fact that it can sometimes attack, or really the blocking is the tough part here, right? Okay, we got second struggle, so that's very, very real. The troll is safe right now, though, so I'm going to go struggle on 4/4 on 4/4, and then Frost Pirate go get another one. Although we could also, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can do it all. So I actually start with Behold. Let's start with the Behold since we can do it all. We even have an 8th with the Harbinger there. So maybe I should have used Harbinger mana, but I like that as defense. Ooh. Broken Wings, not good yet. Do we keep it because we know the dragon exists? I don't think so. We don't need that mountain. Got the replicating ring, even if we did need red, so I like bottom here. Let's go. Now we can 1, 2, 3 here. This gives 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Except I can't use that, so it's 6, 5, 4, 3, 4. Can't do it all, so I'm going to do it this way. Actually, you can do this at least. That's worthy. Well, we did a lot of stuff there. Let's see how it if it can lead to a victory, but this is a problem for both getting in. We got 2 indestructibles and we're trying to attack on the ground, so that's kind of rough for us. And I don't know, this is kind of a free attack, it seems. Maybe they have some Jarl going on, but we're going to throw the Arcanist in the way. Oh, it has to attack. Sorry, thank you. Read the rare, Ryan. Read the rare. That's good, then. It's less annoying on defense, right? When you foretell a scene card, they see that it has been foretold too? No, there's no presumption, because you could have other foretell. As soon as you foretell something out of your hand, the eyeballs go away because it's now a big mystery. Yeah, sorry, we got the clone. I keep forgetting the clone land here. Do we have big snaps now, right? Yeah, because we can clone, tap this, struggle, or even clone to tap this, struggle the recluse, and just pow, 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 right? And we can do, I think we can get frost, although I don't need the frost, and I got the rope going, so I'm just going to forget it. I'm not going to worry about the frost right now. It doesn't really matter. We want to clone the Arcanist, but we don't have any other spells to get. I'd rather clone Bergie. It doesn't freeze, but it's fine. We're just trying to get in a big attack right now. And we're going to go kind of like struggle here on this. And now if they want to trade Firewalker for Arcanist, that's cool by me. And we leave Harbinger back, although we kind of just want all the damage we can get. I'm going to send it in. Oh, I was going to send in Harbinger. We'll see if that probably cost me a point. We'll see if it matters. I didn't mean to attack with that because I don't think they block it, and we're not going to block with it. We'll see if a point matters here. Yeah, that's true. We can block here. It does something, but we had a 5/5, so I wasn't worried about that. Is the thing. Oops. Sorry, that was me trying to navigate to my lower level so that I could do this.
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up the stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
I will block with the Harbinger because it's a less valuable creature, so might as well do that. If I was a sculptor, but then again, no. I guess we get to attack. Let's see, they've got single pump. That's good. They only have one Ice Hide activation, giving us a 4/3 that we can attack into. They can double block, though, and take out one of these Bergies with the Vandal, trading for the Vandal. But that's a double block, and the rest of it is lethal, so they can't really do that unless this is something. So I'm going to start with a crash in with everything. But also, this makes this 1 point matter. Like, if they're at 10 right now, it's even worse for them. Hey, Aj. I'll pretend with you. I'm fine as well, fellow young person. Do you have any club recommendations for me? Where are the hot spots? Haj. Hey, we started out right. Tough to get through those indestructible on the ground, but we did it. That troll takes over late games. We're lucky that they were stuck on, quote, stuck on 3 snow. If they had 4 snow, suddenly that troll is a major problem. But we got there. Do we learn anything about our final nudges to this deck? Broken Wings main, Skull Raid would have been largely playable, but there were some times where if we drew that, it would have been stuck in exile while we waited for black. Still, the alternative is like Mists or another Wings, and I'm just not quite ready to go there, so I'm going to keep it as is. Oof. Well, we can keep this and get a Raven going. We're likely to find green. We can even foretell the struggle if we don't have anything on 4. I think we can keep this on the strength of the foretell mechanic. Of course, we find another blue source, but at least it's snowy. That helps with Bergie. That's funny, Rob. Would you have mulliganed that? Closing in on punishment, but boy, look at the number of draws we've had before there was any problem with finding something to do. Like, if we don't find a green, next turn we have the sad play of foretelling the struggle for our 4th turn. That sucks, but all told, I think it's hey, we got there anyway. All right. Perfect, because now we can sculpt and foretell the struggle. They may use Priest on the Sculptor. I'm okay with that. Gotta make him use it, right? I mean, I'm not going to not play my Sculptor. I guess I could have played Finn if we thought that was less... And also, I guess they couldn't tap to kill Finn currently. So maybe I should have thought about that and played the less vulnerable creature out. But also, I think if they find another Snowland, they might take out the Raven anyway. We got Bergie on 5 regardless, so we also didn't really... I mean, it didn't fix us, so as far as losing the Sculptors go, this is a reasonable time to lose that Sculptor. Ouch! Well, I'm gonna cast Strider and keep going.
All right, everyone, chill.
Well, when you make consistently correct plays, you are infrequently punished for them. Plus, I got the magic gods. They got my back. Another priest. Do they recur? Okay. They're going to do the Luis Scott Vargas special of 2 priest kills followed by Raise the Draugr. Our cards are a little underwhelming here, but at least we get a Bergstrider attack. I don't think we're going to struggle on the Bergie. Probably struggle with the Finn, maybe even on the priest to make sure everything stays alive. We could also... Yeah. Let's start with an attack, though. We can't play all three things here. We only get 2 of these 3 green plays. What do we want? Maybe Sculptor isn't really helping us much. It's just a 2/2, so probably Finn, Struggle Finn on Priest. And then we have Finn versus Finn action after that. It's like chat arrived at the same line.
Shoot, mate. What do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
The Pinky and the Brain.
Looking a little tight now, gang, especially with that draw. This is one of our final includes, and this is why I didn't love this card. It's just a terrible top deck, but it has helped us out when on 2. It's great on 2 when you got the Foretell stuff to do in the island, but not so great here. But what are we gonna do besides play our spells? So I'm gonna play our spells. I mean, you could hold your spells if you were worried about sweepers or something, but Oppo's got the more potent board right now, so Oppo wouldn't even cast sweepers. Yikes! Yeah, this ain't great, gang. Gonna have to come back from an 0-1 deficit in the second round, it looks like. I don't know how we beat this developing board here. They don't have 3 snow yet. That's worth noting. If somehow they stayed off of 3, we could keep Narfi at bay. And if they send in an Avalanche Caller land, we could throw Finn in the way just to keep them off of triple snow. But I don't know what we're drawing. Like, how do we win from here? What is our plan? I guess we really need to find our card draw. Struggle. This might help. Let's see. Can we kill something? What do we got? Giant Wizard, Human Warrior, Wizard. So we got 3 wizards. So we can actually take out Narfi, and it's not currently reanimatable. So I guess we do that. Now watch our opponent do the math. Maybe we're supposed to wait for a 4th and try to take out one of these 2 critical creatures, but yeah, see what they got. Maybe they take out one of our creatures in response. I mean, worst case, we're paying 4 mana for a 4/2, so, and make him use something. Yeah, I'd love it if they used a growth. That'd be fine. Save it, please. Because it's coming back anyway. Like, this is just like, I didn't want to not make a play. Maybe at parity, maybe if they are not attacking, I was supposed to wait until we could find another wizard or giant. Yeah, so like, whatever. You quote got us, but I didn't think Narfi was going away forever anyway. Well, this suggests that they, in fact, have the snow now and are just fine to trade off because they can get it back. We're at a high life total. We're not going to bother with this offer right now. Some of you might not know or have played during the days of the original Legendary rule. The original Legendary rule said that you could not even play it if there was another Legend out. So Oppo hitting Finn first would have meant that we couldn't even play ours. Then they changed it to, well, if you play it, it kills the other. It was like people would use, and like Planeswalkers are the worst. Like if I had a different version of Jace, I could a classic line, because it used to be you could only have one Jace Planeswalker anywhere on the battlefield, one for both players, and with Planeswalkers it was anywhere on the battlefield. of any Planeswalker type. So if you played Baby Jace on your side, the 3-mana Jace, I was locked out of playing 4-mana Jace on my side. Can you believe it? Times have changed. So we've got the struggle, but as we see, the struggle is real because Narfi is just going to destroy us. We could... I guess we struggle the Avalanche Caller. That's the thing that's scariest here. We can have Ravager fight Caller. We can have Finn fight Caller. I kind of like a big Death Toucher. Let's do that. Try to kill the Caller. Yeah, good call, everybody. The a 3/5 Death Toucher is an excellent blocker for sure. And do we have attacks? Nope. Not into 5/5 Hexproofers. Well, we said that this was why we were doing it, and we have to. Like, this is our plan. They may have pump, they may have something. Yeah, like, it's possible that they have a total answer and our whole game plan falls apart, but our game plan is to block Narfi with our 3/5, so we're going to do it. Because if they don't have anything else to do, if these are 2 basic lands, that attack is totally correct. All they need to do is pay 3 mana and they get it back, so it's effectively a free attack. All right, our plan is holding up for the moment. Still no attacks, though. Oh, we actually have Ravager attacks, right? I would take this trade. And although this pups in and turns this into a 5/5, so nope. I saw it. I saw it. I saw it. Don't worry. I saw it. This is a sneaky combat trick of +1/+1 to snow stuff. Yeah, sorry, Finner. I should focus on my pace. Oh, snow and zombie. Yep. Take your choice. This isn't a zombie, though. Long way to go to win by decking. It's not impossible, but I expect that Oppo does something about our Finn before that happens. Trying to play quickly. Yeah, Hawks are enough here, right? Ooh, even faster. Although I actually didn't change the clock, but... Ah, well, that's interesting. Now I'm gonna have to chump. Yeah, I think we're losing this one. I don't know what we draw to get out of it. Yeah, Oppo went down here because it didn't change the clock to put it on a Hawk. Like Doomscar for Oppo? I mean, on Doomscar, Oppo wouldn't cast Doomscar. I'm not going to go to the next game yet, but I'm going to play quickly, I promise. Squash. There's some plays that give us time. Yeah, okay, it's a Doomscar joke. If I guess, yeah, if we had Doomscar, we wouldn't be able to cast it anyway. All right. Yeah, we can't win. We could stall. We could get like Lindworm and get some life and stall, but then there's nothing to get after that to actually win. We had a bunch of stalling tactics, but nothing to win. We definitely want our Broken Wings, though. Against these flyers. Take out the Skull Raid pretty easily there. And anything else? We have Narfi. If there was Graveyard Hate, or... I mean, we could put this on Narfi, and then Narfi's at least not great. But then they just suicide Narfi all the time, and eventually it trades, and our flyer. What flyer are we talking about? This one? I think we correctly decided this wasn't correct. So I'm going to stick with that. Let's run this. I just think we're trying to get there on our tempo, and we didn't there, and we're going to try to do it here. Boy, another rough one. This one less keepable because I don't have stuff to do. I kept the all blue starter when I had the 3/3 flyer on turn 3. This doesn't have that, so we're going to mulligan. Ugh. Match number 3, you say. We could keep this on the principle that if we get any... no, it's too much. If this were snow, maybe, because then we could plan to accelerate, but I think we got to mulligan this too. I could foretell there, Tron, but that's not enough for me. Like, there was nothing else to really do. Keeping this, got to give up the answer stuff and play the question stuff instead. This looks okay. We're just going to attack with Finn 10 times. No snow yet, so like I could play Sculptor, and if we drew a snow land, what would that do? It wouldn't even get me Bergstrider, so I'm just going to go Finn here. You'd have kept what? You liked Rider, and you'd have binned the Sculptor? Five times, yeah, that's what I meant. Well, let's offer, I guess. Boo. Little stuck here, a little stuck. But they're staying back. I'll offer Finn again. No snow, so we don't have Bergie, but we can at least get a little bit closer. I suppose they could jump a Jarl, but that's a trade, so we're going to send. Well, can't do much here. I'm going to cast the spell I have and kill that hawk. I suppose you can make an argument for foretelling that for bigger game later, but was feeling like we're struggling here, no pun intended, and wanted to take something out of the board. And a 3-3 behind, while it can't block the Strider, is going to be good against a lot of what they can put on the ground, so I went for it. I think we used both of them, didn't we? Or yeah, there's another one in the deck, so yeah, okay, that was last game. Yeah, it's in there somewhere. So we also, it was a good thing to get with for the Arcanist too, yeah. But not this turn. Oppo being cautious. I'm surprised that this Bergstrider isn't sideways. And that our life total isn't lower. That's funny, Tron. School of Rock and Sound of Music are very close. It's true. I never thought of that, but School of Rock is totally an update. Although I haven't even seen School of Rock, I just know the concept. Okay. So, you could run ashore this and just get in, but I like that next turn. Let's go Arcanist here. Get our struggle. Then we can actually foretell it. We can get the beats on, but like we play Arcanist, get the struggle, foretell it, and then next turn we have Strider plus struggle. I think I like your lines, but I want to do it one turn later, because we do the Arcanist to set up the struggle, and then we have Bergie with the struggle, then we have Run Ashore with the Bergie. So I like Arcanist into Bergie into Run Ashore. Snowland off the top would be great for the Bergstrider, but action would be great. I just don't want a non-snow land off the top. That would be my request of the Magic Gods, if they're listening. That's true. For Bergie and struggle, we do need a land, because the struggle cannot be paid for with the Harbinger because it only taps for blue, and that's green. Might just go with Run Ashore this turn if we want to. If you don't get the basic to do the Bergstrider struggle thing. Let's count the snow. 1, 2. Only 2 snow lands right now, and none up here. Although we got to watch this struggle. That's going to take out our Arcanist, it looks like. Maybe they'll take out the Sculptor, which is also fine. Kind of like that better. Feels like the Sculptor was at risk of Priest pretty easily. Now, well, obviously Lake. We can do the Run Ashore thing this turn. They get the Bergstrider back, though. I like sending this. I like the idea of sending this and this, though. All right, let's leave Run Ashore up and pass. I like that. Bergstrider hit for 1 feels super weak, but maybe that was correct. I don't know. I know I don't love the idea of bouncing the Bergstrider, but it also does remove a counter. We can also just send these back. Yeah, there you go. Mirror Lake the Berg and fight with a copy. I like it, Haj. So I'm going to let this crack in because it gives us some options for next turn depending on what they do after. We can take 5. Pretty. So, what do you think? I feel like we're supposed to run a shore here, even though it's not incredible value. And we've got target non-land permanent, top or bottom, and the other to hand. Let's put this in library and Bergie in hand. It doesn't really matter. I think either one they're going to keep on top, right? So in this case, I don't think it matters because they don't get to recast either of them, and they're going to put whatever one into library on top because they're both good. No snow yet, but we do get an attack in here, maybe. There's a lot of open mana. Could struggle the priest if we really wanted it dead, but right now it can't kill anything. Even with another snow, all it gets is the Harbinger, so who cares? We will let them play their Bergie, and we can copy and struggle our Bergie. Behold! That looks to be trouble to overcome as well. A lot of value for Oppo. We're on a double mulligan. Is this their double mulligan? I don't know. I can't remember back to the beginning of this game anymore. I barely remember last turn, but I can do the math, and our 1 card versus their million is not great for us. We have 3 out, though. You know, it's not as grim as it looks. It's just that Horn of Bounty is just going to get him there in the long run. This guy's great, but we're going to struggle it. Kill that thing right quick. I'm a little worried, though. They might have... why didn't they play something else here? What is this about? Will the struggle work? Yeah, Mike is as suspicious as I am, right? So I guess we start with a Strider attack and just see what they do. Yeah, we could copy and tap and at least we just get in. Yeah, let's just do that, and then maybe we'll get to window to play this. Raven and copy. That's interesting too. I think you're talking about. Yeah, let's do it this way. Because we can still foretell this with the Harbinger. Aha. Well, that super sucks. Probably losing now. Had to try something, but I guess if we were worried about attacking into this or struggling it, we should be worried about using the land as well. So we could have gone to go back to Uday Noob's line. The benefit of taking a line that doesn't involve trying to interact with our opponent at all is that doesn't happen, right? So we'll go ahead and foretell the Raven, but that's a great, an interesting result in that we did have some lines that did not play into blowouts. I like that Radiantware comes up with 2 things that would have been devastating, and it was a 3rd thing. which also goes to show there were a lot of things that could be devastating there.
All right, everyone, chill.
This game is nearly out of hand, and that doesn't help. We can't cast it. Where's all our fixing? Thank you, Radianware. Yeah, I don't know how we get there now, but I think it starts by killing this Necromancer. Like, we can't beat that thing. We can't beat any of this, but Necromancer is just going to destroy us. Yeah, but our 3-color deck is getting punished by a 4-color deck. How is that fair, True? Well, how's it nice? Isn't the even worse villain winning? Wait, who's the lesser evil? I'm losing you, True. I'm losing you faster than this game. All right, let's get 1,000 out of this, shall we? Deck is not great. I didn't par poll it, but if I would have been surprised if it got more than like 1.5. This is a 50-50 kind of deck in my opinion. And here we are halfway through. Let's see if we can turn it into some gems. I like this start. We're gonna go Snowland into Sculptor, into Island, into Behold, into Forest, into Burgy. Maybe. Let's see what they take. Burgy or Sculptor. Boo. This is what we wanted. We wanted to find something like this. We could snap play Tybalt Cosmic Imposter in this deck, but we just didn't find anything like that. Was that pack 1, though? I don't remember a Clarion Spirit in pack 1. How late was it? Yeah, because let me tell you, I feel like if I found a pick 5 or earlier, pick 1, pick 5 or earlier Clarion Spirit, I'd be all over it. Or even like, yeah, there were some signals in pack 1, but then it was driven home in pack 2. But I don't think there was anything screaming at us to take white in the game 1, or in the pack 1, excuse me. All right, Raven gives us something to do. And they see, so the eyeball went away because they know that, and this is exactly why. Oppo might think this is Behold, but they can't know it, so the information goes away. Yeah, I almost took the 10th pick Raptor. That was super close. What did we end up taking instead? Maybe I even did take that. No, I think that was a super narrow one, and maybe if we'd taken that Raptor, we would have pivoted. Well, we're showing him it was not, in fact, Behold. Interesting, because technically, now they know that we have Behold in hand again, but the eyeball hasn't come back on. It's not that well programmed, or not that deeply programmed. All right, Struggle is good timing here. I was going to be happy enough with Beholding, but Struggle lets us take out this Predator before it gets out of hand. Perfect timing for that. And then we can get our Burgies on to try and win the race. Although we're a little behind in the race, we could also keep back and it blocks both of these. And they weren't willing to send in Valky, so they're not showing tricks right now, so I'm going to be more patient. Yeah, Mike says, don't race, Stonewall. Correct. That was another thing, we could get our Sculptor back, but I felt that Pretender getting big and out of hand was more dangerous for us than a 2-1 that if we kill gives us a 2-2 back. Didn't feel worth it. Well, Bergie, you got some work to do because we need to tap down this Calamity Bearer for a couple turns.
All right, everyone, chill.
Helm is good for them because of the Strider trade, but we'll go ahead and try and do this race. We're going to keep holding down the Bearer, though. This is the thing that's super ouchy. So let's see. We have 6 mana. We can go 5-4-3 to Glittering Frost to get us back to 4, which doesn't let us stride, so we are not going to do anything with our extra mana. We're going to Burgie and keep going. Good sign. They're giving us our Sculptor back. Might be a bad sign if they're intending to reanimate this and create a Planeswalker out of it, but we might be able to aggro them before they can get serious value out of a Cosmic Imposter anyway, because they have to spend a turn getting it back. It likely was just a chump, but, you know. Okay, well, they just gave us the game, so happy to take 10 and go to 1 and... Oh, no, I can't. Is it a giant? Can't. Whew! No, can't. Calamity Bearer doubles it up, so we got a trade here. I saw. I found it. Don't worry. This is not a giant, though, right? So we can take that. I was like, we got it, gang! Nope. Narrator, they didn't have it. Let's go with the... Let's see, now we've got 1 chump here, which could... You know, we take 4, go to 2, chump here. We would be dead to removal, but I do like getting them down to... Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... 6, 5, 4, back up to 5. We can Behold, but then we can't cast the Sculptor. So no Frost this turn, but we can start with a Behold. Lindy, interesting. We want both of these. We're going to go Finn over... Now, do we want to send both? Obviously, we have to send Raven, But now we might be able to just actually try to win in 3 cracks off a Raven and save this for the Berserker and Finn for the Calamity Bearer. And then we're also safe to 1 removal spell. So I think I'm going to play a little more conservatively here now that we've drawn this Death Toucher that gives us a couple of good blocks. Because this was just a chump. These are both trades. We upgraded from chump to trade, which is changing my strategy. If the helm is the thing dealing the damage. Oh no! Whenever, oh, it. So it deals 1 damage, and it says if. Yeah, you're right. It does. It deals double. Good call. Had to read, but yes. Nice play, Oppo. They give us have a forced chump now, but we still have outs to get there. This is tough, but we'll save Glittering Frost to discard on Chapter 2 and chump Stabilizer, Attacker. I think we're still favorites to win here. But yes, rewarded for cautious play. We'd be dead if we had sent in both. Ooh, hello. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. It's tempting to just. Yeah, it does deal doubled, but to the Raven. Yeah, I'm not saying it would be a trade. So let's not. Let's just play the Lindworm and stick to the plan. You think we got to struggle? Radiant likes struggle. It does get rid of the possibility to lose out of nowhere, but we lose our creature. But at some point you can accept being dead to removal, right, Radiantware? Like at some point it's just correct to do that. Because the trouble is they also get to return creature card from graveyard on Chapter 3. And what I don't want to do is 2-for-1 ourselves to kill the Ravager, or the Bearer, which they get back on Chapter 3. So I think we just need to leave it there and do some chumping. And I'm going to keep attacking. We can attack and then struggle, but again, we don't solve the problem, gang. We just put it off. And actually, Lindworm gives us some serious life cushion, too. Although we're still dead to the attack, so it doesn't give us enough to matter, but still. I'm going to play Lindy and cross fingers. There's a lot of things that could go wrong here. But keep in mind, this also sets us up to be able to struggle and attack for the win next turn. Like if they stay back to block, I just like this play better. We're forced to block, but this is a trade at least. So I don't know. Right now we have the win. Right now, yeah, woo, that was close, but we got there. Black, red, scary stuff. We got these broken wings. We need to figure out. We do have a vicious Cardor. We have a helm. Actually, getting rid of helm mid-combat actually can be interesting as well. Bloodline Predator is a solid target. So they're showing us certainly targets to keep in the 1. I don't know about bringing in a second, but I'm definitely leaving the 1. And can we find a cut Skull Raid for something? Skull Raid's fine though. I guess flashing in a Mists could actually do some stuff when they're thinking they're going to get, Calamity Bearer doubling or whatever. I think this might be the matchup for the miss. We're bashing into each other on the ground a lot with stuff that that this could really throw him off. So I'm gonna, although it does give him something easy to sack to Cardor, I'm gonna give it a try though. Run amok for us, maybe on the play. I think on the draw I like what we did there though. Nothing yet on 2, but we're gonna keep this on the strength of the fixing. Nothing to copy with Morite either. So like the hand is on the one hand dead, but on the other hand sets up anything we draw. So we're gonna keep. As Timno says, this hand could kill us, but it's a keep. Yeah, not a fan of the hand, but I think we had to keep it, and this is why. Boom. Suddenly this is fine, right? Yeah, we could copy a ring. I'm not going to copy a ring. And of course, this was the concern, and maybe we just go ahead and use our mists. It's a turn 2 play. It stops the beats. This would have been Skull Raid, which we could have foretold. That would have been okay, but I do like going ahead and running out the mists here. Double Frost, the mana is exploding. Let's go with Replicating Ring. I mean, in the case that they have, like, it gets the ring going, and in the long shot situation where they have the destroy land or artifact, we would rather have them kill the ring than the land with the frost on it. They get a Firewalker activation here. That stinks, but we're going to get on board big right after. If they don't have removal for the Outrider, we get to go right into the Morite, and that should be pretty good for us. All right. Well, they can play a Swamp. Oh, boo! I thought they were going to be stuck with Valky out in the side, but they got there. Now they can take the Outrider. Ugh, that's rough. That took our sweet play. All right, 5-drop. Bergie! 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 Right now. Take these broken wings. All right, well, not the best. But we can Broken Wings. The helm, when they try to helm it up. I don't know. We're not dead. We're just behind. Yeah, sure, we're...
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
I'll give you the mostly, but we are not dead. No problem, Ma. We got this. In game 3, I mean. Well, I'm going to use the wings on the helm. Use my mana. Maybe I shouldn't even show them we have this in the deck, but... for game 3. But I still feel like we could have some lucky draws that would get us out of this, but that's not going to do it. So let's move on. Wow, we got brutally Valky'd at just the wrong time. So here's where taking a more aggressive approach could be interesting, like with like a run amok. But I think it's too sketchy to splash a run amok. Yeah, Skull Raid could be good, but I did like how Mist performed there. Carful Harbinger is filling out our twos. This was like one of our last includes. Crazy Legs. But we do have... We cut the Skull Raid, but we had a significant amount of instant sorceries and foretelling to do. And it's a 1/3 against aggro, but this is like the one of the final cards we included. Cut a Frost for. We did reduce our splash. We're not being that greedy. We don't have to run all of this. That's pretty reasonable call out, Jinx. That we were more on this stuff when we were thinking we were playing black. But yeah, cutting a fix for splash is awkward, but we do have the tools there. Still, I think this is fine. Yeah. Like, the stuff we're talking about including doesn't impress me much. We could take Draugr to get stuff back if they make us discard, but I'm just going to try to tempo them out with the deck we have here. Thank you for that sub, Blue to Noob. Appreciate it. Come on, Magic Gods, help me out. 1,000 gems for the trouble of this pile of cards. Ugh, another tough one. Asking tough questions. We have nothing to do early. 5/5 reactive 3. Ugh, I hate this hand. I really hate this hand. Might be okay against Oppo if they don't get the legend again. What do you think? Timnos would mull. I am kind of on the mull plan with Timnos. Got a couple people who would keep this. I'm going to go with my gut. I think it's just not doing enough early enough. I like this better. I think we pitch Forest. This is too powerful late to let go, and we can play it right now as Island, basically. So easy Forest to me, or we can get rid of the other Island. That's the other thing we could do. Might be correct to just ditch the Island. Because then we get double green for the Mirror Lake, we get the blue for it, and Glittering Frost fixes everything anyway. Now, do you like Raven Foretold or Finn? I think I just like Finn, because then we can Glittering Frost on 3 and just Raven on 4. Although, let's see, what do we want to do here? Yeah, let's go Finn, and then we can plan next turn after we draw. Oh, come on! That's like every game now. Every game. Every game. Each one. Every single time.
Every single time.
Let's Frost up this turn and do some ramping, and then maybe we can Behold and even cast something next turn, but blah. Yeah, I mean, we can bonk in. Sure, you want to do that first, I guess. Doesn't matter. They were never blocking, regardless of what we do. Targeting the forest. This is already snow, and this is going to be sacrificed, so this is really the only option that makes sense. Well, this could be how we win. If they get stuck on 2, then they can have Valky, but you have to stay stuck on 2, Wizcax. I like both of those. We can squash and get back our Raven, and Bergie makes squash cheap. Yeah. Just stay on 2, Wiz. Just stay on 2. I'll take the free win. I'm not so proud that I'm not willing to take my freebies when they come my way. I'm gonna start with an attack, see if they do anything about it, and then we'll Bergie after that. Not even a pause.
All right, everyone, chill.
Yeah, I'm not sure Heavy Screw beats Light Flood, though, right? This could be the removal. They would have used it by now, right? That's the 2 mana. So I could go for the struggle. But let's start with just an attack. See if there's pauses. See if they want to go for any... There was, like, pauses there. And Squash is 2 mana. We can just... I like Foretell the Struggle. And then we can just hold up the Squash. I mean, I don't care about Valkyrie right now, so... Oh, we can Squash and Raven, though. That's a great point. If we Squash now, we actually can work the Raven. That's worth doing. I think we should try on that logic. Because going for Struggle could be a blowout. Squash is at worst going to be like a 1-for-1, right? Yeah, well, we can at least foretell it. I like that. I'm going to do it. All right. Sorry, WizCax. I was being a little snarky, but only because I wasn't figuring you were listening or anything. I know that sucks. Sorry that you lost on the old screw. This dang game we play delivers some non-games, and we got the good side of that this time. I'm no great prideful win there. Oppo just got some bad luck and fell flat. But to us, it was 1,000 gems, so we'll take it. Oh yeah, we take them happily, knowing that they're going to happen to us. It's just all how it shakes out. That was our turn to be on the right side of it. Packs. I'll open these because I only get these pretty infrequently, and they might have wild cards, and some of them have gems. Yeah, I can continue the quick draft. That's a good idea. I'll do some AMAs, and then we'll quick draft it. Finish that quick draft. Well, YouTube friends, we didn't get the old 3-0, but always nice to get gems back from your best of 3. The old steep payouts make you have to get 2-1 or better to even get anything, so we'll take it. Thanks to the gold grind, we eventually get to play for free, and then when we earn gems, it helps us push this number up and up and up. Although, actually, this number's been treading water at about 30K between bling purchases and the open drain this for a 4,500 hit. So I like to keep this high, but it doesn't need to be, you know, we've got plenty of resources here. So anyway, thanks for hanging out, YouTube friends. We'll catch you in the next draft. Hope you enjoyed that one.